Hello and welcome to Sail Your Business Through the Storm. This is your coach Kiriba, and I'm excited today as we talk about sales, the language of business, the reason for business. And with us is a very special guest, Sami Njoroge, the Regional Director of Leadership Circle East Africa. Karibu sana, Sami.
Thank you very much, Asante sana. Glad to be here.
Thank you for joining us.
Asante.
How is COVID season taking you?
COVID, just like everyone else, it's an interesting season. Of course, it has its disappointments, but also its opportunities. People say you can sail in this storm.
Sail.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Now, Sami, many businesses are scaling down. Some are closing their businesses. You've heard of several hotels. Some are scaling down the operations. Retrenchment, restructuring is happening because, of course, the top line is highly affected. Leadership Circle, how is it doing in this season?
Yeah, we have also been hit globally in terms of sales of the product we sell, which is a 360 assessment. But on the services industry, it has improved in terms of coaching and consulting. So here in Africa, East Africa, it's an interesting season for us because part of my business is to do conferences. So I was blessed to do a conference in January, and I got a lot of sales between January and Feb before the COVID season started. But yes, so it has mixed good feelings and bad feelings.
Wow. I'm just listening that you are in the business of selling training. Training coaching. Is about people, engaging in people, one-to-ones, conferences. Hotels are closed. People are even being retrenched. So I wonder which people you are training. And also priority is to sustain the business. Who are these people who are still investing in training?
Based on my business model, which is a subscription business model. So once you get the client in the beginning of the year, you have them for the rest of the year. So, and we'll be talking about that in the course of this show.
Wow. So we are saying January and February has been able to help you,
navigate till now. Till now, yes.
Wonderful. Of course, you had your plans for 2020 when you December and planning to the trainings for the year. Your sales projection, your clientele, your lead generations, the program that you had planned, you had already sent out advertisement. How has it been affected, and how have you reviewed your strategy because of this season?
Yeah, we had some clients that have canceled. As I told you, most of my clients are subscription, but some clients that we were about to start contracting with them pulled off because of the current situation. So we are wait and see status. But in terms of the programs, most of them we have taken them online. We have our training that we have taken them online. We have a training coming up in July. It was supposed to be an in-person, a hotel. So of course now with social distance, hotels been closing. So we have transitioned our clients online. So it's a huge shift because we have never done it, but the clients are very supportive.
So your delivery, your way of delivering to the customer has changed due to the times. From conferences, from one-to-ones to online.
And we have to call them. We have to make sure we transition with them because most of them are also not ready. Having a 3-day online training, 8 to 5, it's not easy, but we have to transition. Otherwise, we just close the business.
Speak to me about the customer relationship, because I had prospects that I was working on, and COVID happened, and they will say pause, and that might be the end of the conversation. There are those who are existing, probably they pause. I know in your business there is a subscription model. They paid and they will be there for the whole year. But I would imagine of this sector of clients who probably it was a follow-up, it was a prospect, it was an existing customer who will pull off. How are you still able to have an engagement with the client even in this season so that they know your business is still existing? Because some, it's been 3 months, we're going to the 4th month. probably the business post and the customers got to forget about you. How have you as leadership circle ensure there's still an engagement with the client? They know we are still alive. Even if we are not engaging today, we are still together.
I think this is the time, Kiriba, for you as a coach, as a consultant to be relevant and to add value. Maybe not for sales, but just to add value. So one of the ways is to be in front of their faces. So what I've done is I've organized monthly calls on complimentary. I don't need to charge for this. Because I know the situation is not conducive for them, but adding value to them, asking them how are they, how can I be of value to you, and being in touch, building relationship. I think this is a key season for you as a business person to build relationship with your clients because they'll remember you after this season. They'll remember you. If you forget about the client, because you don't have anything to sell to them, then they will not be kind to you after this season. So building relationships.
Building relationships in this season.
Even
if not selling, building a relationship.
Even if not selling. In fact, you need to give. This is a season for you to give.
Wonderful. There is this Pareto principle. It says that 80% of your revenue
comes from
20% of your customer. Of course, it's a principle that cuts across. Is it 80% of your productivity in your business comes from 20% of your employees? But let me focus on sales. In this season, there is a time for you to sustain your business, to survive, or even to sell. It is now to use that principle. I don't know your client segmentation or profiling strategy so that you're able to know, let us invest in this 20% so that revenue still is sustained in the business. That's a great approach, and I will share with you. But my challenge and the question to the viewers is, do you know your 20% of the clients? I know, Kiriba, you are a coach. Do you know the 20%? Yes, I do.
And what are you doing with those 20? You will not treat the 20 with the 80%. They're the guys that you will call. You will have a very excellent customer service. When they call, you answer. They don't have to call twice. They're the ones in this season, you build that relationship, and they're the ones you put them in the subscription model. That's the only way to survive in this season.
New business. What is your approach to winning new business in this season?
Wow, I've got a new business because this COVID season has provided new problems. Now, as a salesperson, there are two ways to approach this. One of the things you need to know is your buyer. So there are 5 things. I'll talk about the buyer first. Who is your buyer? Are you selling a product, a service, or an idea? Who buys from you? How often do they buy from you? How much do they use on you? So having a very good intelligence of who is your buyer makes the big difference. What problem do they have? What is their demographic, their age? Where are they? Because now everything is online. Are they, which social media platform? My buyers are on LinkedIn. They are not on Facebook. I can't find them there.
Rarely do I find actually you on Facebook.
I'm not on Facebook. I'll just post my family photos. But in terms of business, it's LinkedIn. So just profiling your buyer and then knowing their needs, their wants, and their problem. For you to sell, you need to solve a problem. If you're not solving any problem, you're not in the selling business. So the first thing is to know your buyer. Of course, the second thing is you as a seller. Are you an expert in your field? I know you told me earlier that some people have changed from buying goods to services. They have changed. So people need to know, are you an expert in your field? Are you enthusiastic? Can you build rapport very quickly with a seller, with a buyer? So 2 things, seller and a buyer. And the next thing, the sales conversation. How do you structure your sales conversation? How do you use your tonalities? Do you have a sales script? Or do you sell from memory? So those are the things that will. And then the fourth thing is objection. Of course, don't expect people to say yes when you sell to them. And maybe I'll ask you, what are the one objection you get from a buyer If you're selling something, maybe a service, a coaching service.
In this season, it's not now. Let's
Not now.
3
Let's
months from
finish
now.
the COVID season.
Yes.
That's an objection.
Yeah.
Another one is money.
The price.
The pricing
the money
is too high.
I can't afford now.
Another objection is for Christians, let me pray about it.
Yes. Others will be, let me consult with my
wife.
With
Yes.
my wife. Yeah.
So all those are objections. And what they're actually saying to you, I'm not certain that
You can deliver.
you can deliver. Your work as a salesperson is to transfer the want. I want a new phone. How do you transfer from wanting to need? To if you don't have a phone, you have a problem. So that's your role. And of course, we have talked about the objection. They are just uncertainty that people are not certain about what you are selling, or they're not certain about you as a seller, or they're not certain about your company. Now, it's easy to sell Safaricom. It's a huge company.
Yes.
It's easy to sell vegetables, fruits. They are daily things that you need. How much more is it to sell a coaching service? First of all, your company is not known.
I am not known.
You are not known.
Coaching is another concept that
is a very fairly new concept. So you need to be very skilled in your sales conversation to move people from I want coaching to I need coaching to if I don't have coaching, my business will go down. So I know we'll have a Zoom call after this, so we'll have those conversations in that platform. And the last one is close. Many people are afraid of asking for the close.
You want the customer, you don't want to push it. It sounds like
if
it's a salesy conversation.
If you're afraid of closing, even Jesus, even here in church, we sell Jesus in quotes. Salvation.
And you call the altar call.
You have to ask for the close. If you don't ask for the close, you have no business. Of course, some people there's a fear of I'll be rejected, fear of the price is too high. But you need to overcome that and ask for the close. You don't have sales if you don't ask for the close. And you don't ask once.
You remind me, I have spoken, I teach also. So I'll go to a lecture and sometimes I'll convert the lecture into a conversation with my students. And I really get to them when I'm preaching to them, but I fear to make an altar call because I fear they will not raise their hands, so I don't want to be embarrassed. Probably that comes also to sales, to coaching especially. I'll have this conversation, the person will, when I walk out of that, I say, I should have closed that sale. But my fear was, he will say I'm not ready. So the fear of rejection is a reality. In this season especially, rejection is real.
So remember, people don't buy rationally, they buy emotionally. And we have not talked about that, but we'll talk about that later. But you have to ask for the order. Not once. And you need to expect a no. You need to expect this is not the right time. You need to expect I don't have money. And how do you turn that and still ask for the order? So
what I'm getting from you is that in this season, we have to do things differently, including sales. But also there is the need for training, for coaching, and for people developing themselves in business. And I'm sure in our Zoom call. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be having a Zoom call after this. And my team, we have been working. This week has been busy. I've engaged with more than 12 coaches. And the conversation were intense. So I'm glad that people are in this journey for the last 3 weeks. We've been working together. So please prepare your questions, your struggles, the comments that you want to engage with Pastor Sammy during our Zoom call. Let us have this conversation. Let's be real. You're in the restaurant business. It's not probably the subscription. So the hotel is closed or it's doing at the minimal. Please share your story. Let us have this conversation after this. Pastor Sammy, I still call you pastor. You're still a pastor even when you're a leadership coach and a leadership developer. With Leadership Circle, what are the incentives? You know, in this season, there are all those, as you say, the struggles to close a sale for those many reasons. objections, basically.
Yes.
Objections. How have you brought incentives into place? Is it giving complimentary sessions? Is it giving discounts? How have you ensured that there's still a sale that comes? Even this person doesn't pay me my $100, I'll still get, is it 80%? So that the business continues to sustain. Are you offering incentives, or are you saying my value proposition is this, kama utaki kwenda?
Of course, with this situation of COVID, as I said earlier, one of the things that we need to do now is to add value, to be relevant. And one of the things I'm doing is complimentary. I'm not giving freebies. For example, if I have booked, or you have booked 5 coaching sessions with me, I'll not change my price per day. What I'll do, I'll give you 2 days complimentary. So I will charge you for 3 days, and then for the next 2 days, I'll give you as a compliment. And I've done that for my coaching clients, mainly because I know the season they are in, and I want still to add value to them. Because if you ask me, this is the best time to build your clientele. This, whichever business you are in, you just need to think differently. Remember, there's a problem, and people need to see you as a solution. If they see you as just selling to them, you are not going anywhere. And of course, the COVID has brought many problems, but also many possibilities. For example, if we talk about the subscription model, because that's the model that's my favorite model. If I'm selling coaching to you, my coaching is 200 USD. I can charge that as a subscription model and charge you as 100 USD per month. If I can scale that up, I can charge 50 USD annually. So that 50.
Oh, you mean 50
times
month,
12.
but paid annually.
Yes. So I secure you in January.
So I'll have paid my
in advance.
$600 in advance.
In advance. So whether there is COVID or not, we are together. But you can't go subscription model if you don't know your buyer. If you have not profiled them, if you don't know who are your 20% who bring 80% of the business, if you have not gotten their contacts, if you have not built rapport, if you have not built relationship, if you have not given them complimentaries, because you have to give. It's not just taking, it's giving. And if they don't see value in you, are you solving? I think that's the main problem. Are you solving a problem?
Now, that sounds like it will work for an existing customer. They already know you, they like you, and now they trust you.
Yes.
So they will agree to your 5 sessions, and the first 2 are complimentary.
Yes.
When winning the new business, they don't know Sammy. So I'm still stuck to, of course, the complimentary was unpaid, but you want to market yourself for people to know you first and to like you and to trust you.
Okay.
And these are the seasons that I find I'll do some coaching, and you find you're giving free. How do you work with this person so that by in the 3rd session, that's when you tell them, now I have a paid aspect? So do you have freebies still for marketing purposes, for people to know you and like you? Or do you feel, I can just be wasting my time on this?
If this is a cold call, then you really need to be very precise in defining people's problem. Because as I said earlier, the only way to close a sale, if people see you can solve their problem. If they, of course, know, like, and trust you. If your product or service will solve their problem, if your company is credible, and if you, as a salesperson, are credible, if those 3 things are in line, then you can close a deal. But my assumption is this is a warm call. People have already given you their email address. Your simple job is to pick up the phone and to call. Yes.
On service delivery and
Yes.
customer satisfaction delivery, things have changed in the way we deliver. And you had earlier mentioned you're moving people to online and virtual space.
Yes.
How are you using technology, or how have you automated your sales and your product delivery so that the people can still feel you even in this season, but also you're able to increase your business? I know in your hotel conferencing you have 50 people, but if you go to a Zoom, our weekly sessions actually go up to 60, 70, 80. And of course, if you were to gather people in this space, probably 20 will come because of the inconvenience. How have you taken advantage of technology, of your business, to one, automate the process, but two, also to automate your sales business?
Okay. So one of the things people are using out there in the market, people say Facebook, LinkedIn are the best marketing agent. You'll be surprised. Old Gmail, old Yahoo is the best marketing aspect.
Really?
In this way, if someone has given you their email address, they have completely trusted you. People are very mean with their email address. So one of the ways we are doing is collecting emails. Of course, if I meet a new client, emails, that's given. If you need any freebie, any content from me, you need to surrender your. So have you packaged your product whereby you send a flyer and you receive an email? Because what people are doing now on social media, they just post their brochure and they feel very happy when people like and comment. That's to me useless because there's no way you can connect with that person who has liked. So one of the ways is to generate a system where you post your flyer, people click, the first thing they get is subscribe.
Yes.
Send me your name and email. Once, and even contacts. Once you get that, then you funnel that into one of the marketing strategies we have is Entrepot. There's MailChimp, but I prefer Entrepot. And you schedule relevant emails to your client that is meeting a specific need to them.
Actually, coming to think of it,
Keeping them on yourself on their face on a regular basis. Yes.
And what I've seen in that space, of course, I'll have a Facebook and I'll have 5,000 views.
Yes.
And I'll be excited, 5,000 views.
Useless.
But now you wait for calls or inbox, they'll be very rare. But when I subscribe, I'll find the following day, I'll find, "Hi William.
Yes.
We feel you in this season. How can we work with you?" It becomes so personal, and I feel this John Maxwell is speaking to me, and it is, "Hi William," and
everyone has received that email. It's just the change of name. So there are some tools people are using, and you schedule. You have like an email for every day. You have 1,000 emails, and out of, if you get 10% of people say, "Hey, thank you for reaching out. I need more support in this." So I think the first thing is, what value are you taking to the market? But don't just give the value alone. Ask for their email address for them to get more value. That's where the world is.
And that become your
contract
forever.
And it can happen in a product. For example, if I sell mboga up here, and of course, because of social distance, people can't come to my kiosk. One of the ways I can scale my business through sales is every person who buys from me, I need to record their name and their contact. I need to know Kiriba comes every Thursday. Kiriba uses 5,000 a month on me. How can I call Kiriba before he comes and say, "I will deliver these fruits and vegetables to your house"? Or I can tell Kiriba, "Hey Kiriba, I have a good deal for you. You use 5,000 on me every month. Subscribe to my services, 3,000. Of course, you'll agree. You are saving 2,000. And then I tell you, subscribe on an annual 2,000. So you pay me 12,000 upfront, and every month I deliver to you So it can happen with a product, with a service. So it's just a new way of selling your goods and services. Yes.
And this speaks actually to our conversation, the client profiling,
Yes.
knowing your customer.
Yes.
And again to our Pareto that, out of my 100 customers,
it's only
this 20 I know
Exactly.
how to work with them.
Yes.
And also to our clients.
And you invest in them. You give them the complementaries. Don't give the other 80. Focus on the 20.
Wow.
Yeah, because they're the ones who are giving you 80% of your business. Yes.
As we wind up,
Yes.
speak to that entrepreneur who is in a restaurant business, is in farming, is in travel and tours. They are in transport business, which has been highly affected. How do they still keep to the hope that, and how do they still have their company to continue existing even in this short-term adverse season?
Are you able to reach out to your clients? Because I believe you still have clients, and they will really appreciate if you reach out to them, offer some complementaries to them, keep building that relationship with your client, and the good times are coming. This is the time to really sow. Build relationship. And of course, this is the time to think afresh. How else can you do business? How else can you do business if you are selling products? How else? Think creatively. What new ideas are coming to mind? And of course, profile your buyers. I will heavily emphasize, do you know your buyers by name, by contact? How else can you get to know them better, serve them better, solve a problem? Solve a problem, and people will give you the money. Yeah.
Even in this season, you can continue with your business. Sales is the language of your business. For your business to exist, you have to keep in touch with your customer. You have to continue delivering to your customer. The sales must continue. When the sales continue, the customer is on board and your business continues to thrive. We will be moving to our Zoom session and we'll have one-to-one conversations with Sami, and let us engage in this conversation and sail through this storm. Next week, we are looking at how to manage our operations, manage our people, our systems, our processes, so that the business continues to thrive even in this season. Thank you, and God bless you.